kind of step back and almost take a global view. You know, to your point, Faye, about some of these things have been around for a while, but I think what's different is the sense of urgency and the mobilization to prioritize and make some quick decisions, right? And when I look at humanizing sustainability, it's just kind of it's always been there as a concept, but when I look at the Green Deal coming through with Farm to Fork, and I think about, again, what is the mindset behind that is really a global collective view. And when you look at disparity, and you think about 1 billion people without food around the world and 1 billion people who probably has access to too much food, as an example, food insecurity is right in our face in a completely new way. I mean, we're feeding something like 1.5 million meals a day in New York City. I know there's similar trends, and the company, I think, in particular, has really strengthened their solidarity about how do we support local communities in a new way? How do we think about where we live and operate and the impact of that? And we are in a crisis. Like, we're like boiling frogs in water that are kind of like waking up and seeing like what's in the water pot. Like, you know, we've put a lot of salt in there. We've, you know, done a lot of good. We've put hope, but I really feel an urgency, honestly, when I think about some of the initiatives that I participated in the past around food deserts and value and, you know, how we think about scale and products. We are in a time when we can actually really rethink our business models in a way that can really bring hope and a different look at food insecurity in this world. And I think that's where I'm really thinking through AI as an example, and data patterns and behavior patterns and the massive amount of data that's being collected about how we shop. What about how we live, and how do we bring all that together so that we are managing through some of these inequalities, these systemic challenges on all fronts, right? How we talk to each other, how we show up, what we provide for each other. And so anyway, my message would be for myself is I've watched us as a company mobilize and make quick decisions and get to what we need to do. That's not just going to stay as it is. It's like we're rethinking things every other month. Like, this is just starting to come into the South and in the US, and Spain is, getting ready to kind of go around in their world again. So it's just like, guys, like, it's not just post, it's how do we rethink about serving people and bringing hope in a very different, consistent way.